Welcome to Daybreak. I'm Kelli Paddon.
And I'm Louis de Jaeger.
Welcome, Louis. And you're joining us for a very special week of Daybreak, where with Louis's guidance, we're going to do a little delving into Metis culture. And it's something we haven't done before, and I am very excited about it.
I'm looking forward to it. But we also have another edition of Total Wellness with Natalie Bedard, sponsored by Rivercrest Contracting Limited. And we'll still be sharing all the great things to do this weekend in the Valley, all coming up after the break.
Welcome back, Louis. So thankful that you're able to join us on Daybreak today as my co-host or star this week.
Yeah, co-star. I like that. That fits me just fine. I was looking forward to this like all day today because this is like come play with Kelli, right? It's playtime. So, and of course I've been singing the song all day, the Barry Manilow Daybreak. And so it's just fun, right? Anytime I get to spend some time with you is fantastic.
Feel exactly the same way. What have you been doing all week?
This week, really, it was a lot of preparing fish.
Okay.
So there was a big sockeye run, and now the coho and everything else is going to start right through the end of September. Mm-hmm. So we're getting ready in our community. We usually freeze a little bit of it. We've got an elder luncheon coming up, and Christmas will be coming right around the corner. So it's always good to share, with the rest of the community. So happy to help fillet and get all that ready and fill up our freezer.
So how old do you have to be invited to the elder lunch where you get salmon?
Well, you can come anytime. So, it's pretty open, but I always think that too. Like I'm 61 now. So, so I'm always like, when am I an elder? And some people say, you've carried some of that knowledge already. So I think as you progress, when you do get older, you start taking stock in a bit of the lessons you learned and how you can help other people out and be a mentor really for other people. And I think I've been doing that at least in the business world for a lot of years now. And it's just, that's where I want to be right now. It really makes me happy.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're getting things ready and that the fish are here and that they're being taken care of. And I spent the last week continuing to learn my empty nest roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your kids are...
They're gone?
They're for now.
So, but that's okay. I'm learning. Like the dogs...
Yeah.
You don't have to get up early to see the dogs off to school.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. Like, a lot of people now, they start doing renos, and they're like, oh, goodness, thank God. I've always wanted that room for my, sewing room or whatever it is. Are you going to keep that little secret space, like, just in case they need to come back?
We'll see. They both have their bedroom still.
Yeah.
But yeah, stay tuned. Who knows which direction this takes. I've been looking at wallpaper, so anything could happen.
It's not easy, right?
But I hear that it gets very, very good very quickly. So
wonderful.
I'd like to take a different turn this week, though. So normally we focus on news stories, but I'd love to just really drill down, focus on some news stories affecting the Métis community in BC. And I know you're on top of it all. So I was wondering if you could lead us on a bit of a journey with that.
Sure. September 19th to 21st, Métis Nation BC or British Columbia holds their annual general meeting in Richmond. There will be a business mixer that'll be held on Friday night. Discussions will feature the Métis Financial Corporation and a Q&A on the possibility of forming a provincial Métis credit union.
That is very exciting.
Trade show vendors and artists will be featured throughout the weekend, and you can register at www.mnbc.ca.
Okay.
The second Métis Nation British Columbia's men's gathering will take place November 6th to 9th at Métis Crossing. That's near Smoky Lake in Alberta. The event includes culture as medicine, healing circles, conversations on intergenerational trauma, and a chance for men to express coming into masculinity and learning about their traditional roles in community.
And that's really important as well, especially in how the community relates to women and men understanding, how to relate to each other. And that's
and it's not all about, being the man. It's like it's being a man.
Being a man.
And where you fit in your community and in your family. family.
On what that masculinity and the expectations are, but I know that I learned a lot about that and the importance of it when I was doing gender-based violence work, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
very happy to see that happening.
Yeah, and closer to home, the Chilliwack Métis Association hosts their annual general meeting at Kankano Hall, 45555 Knight Road in Chilliwack on Saturday, October 25th, noon till 3 p.m. So you can register through their Facebook page or by emailing cmasecretary@hotmail.com.
Okay. There's a lot happening. So coming up after the break, we're going to pivot to a conversation with Louis about MNBC, Métis Nation, British Columbia, and what it does for the Métis community and the role he plays for Métis in the Fraser Valley.
Sounds good to me. And let's talk about some of the cultural items that we have here too. Great. I brought some fun stuff that we can show people. And and there's some real good stories attached to that.
All right, we'll be right back. Welcome back. All right, Louis, Métis Nation BC. We want to hear all about it, and we should talk about first maybe your role. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I was elected in a by-election, so I'm the 2S LGBTQIA+ chairperson for the province, and I'm also doing my portfolios are economic development and associate minister of health. But you know what I like to do is I always like anytime I'm out is like to share a bit of the culture, like some of the things that we do. So I brought a bit of a show and tell, which is kind of fun. I used to do this when I was teaching at University of the Fraser Valley. I'd always make sure we have a show and tell day and people could bring things and attach stories to it. It was just kind of fun.
I think we should do that. So if you're watching and you think Daybreak should have a show and tell for our guests, just comment on the Facebook post or on the YouTube post, however you're watching it, because I want to make a little campaign to do show and tells.
Right.
Okay. All right. Let's dig in.
So a couple things I brought. A really good friend of mine, her name's Lisa Shepard. She made this for me, and it's a smoking cap. Beautifully beaded. And so this was, I think I bought this probably around 12 years ago or so. And at that time, I paid $600. Like that was a lot of money then, but they are really expensive. And just the detail in the artwork is quite amazing with the beading. I've
seen you wear this a lot.
Yeah, that's kind of my signature thing, you know, when you see the hat, you know, Louis coming around the corner. And, of course, different pins. The 5-petal flower is the symbol. It's the Métis were the bead flower people, so that's what they used to call them. Yeah,
really, flower people.
Yeah, and just different ones that people have given me. So that's pretty cool. Some of the sash. This is the pretty sort of Assumption sash. This is like the real McCoy. Like this is where it kind of all started.
Well, and so, I remember in Quebec and Ontario, I always associated this with Bonhomme Carnaval, and he wore it. And for Anglophones who have never been on the East Coast, that's basically the Michelin tire man with a really, really nice Métis belt.
Yeah, and we had, of course, Festival de Voyageur growing up in Winnipeg with ice carvings and, the floppy hat, and that was always a lot of fun too. But sort of as we progressed through, the years, the sashes always kind of moved with us. So the youth have designed their own sash, and so the women have their own sash, honoring our warriors. And this one here is a two-spirit sash. So a lot of the colors from the rainbow. Yeah. So that's always nice. So people can connect to their culture and to their identity and who they are.
Well, it's taking tradition, but also acknowledging, where we come from, where we are, how we understand the world in different ways. And that's really fantastic because not all traditions allow for that.
Yeah, they don't. It's usually the one way, and that's kind of the protocol, right? The sash lets us get in and out of that protocol and design and change it for, what we need. Because we're a dynamic people, ever changing, right? With the different conditions. This one here is really unique because this was made on an Incal loom. So we actually make these, and we have classes at Métis House. So you can design your own sash, and it can be wider than this. And if you Google that, you'll come up with a wooden sort of loom and how to do it. But we do have classes, so a great opportunity for people to, look at this thing is like, I don't know, it's like, 30 feet long or something.
very long.
And so you can use it for all kinds of
So
things.
what are the sashes for? How are they worn? Why are they worn?
Yeah, so they were, they were an accessory for sure, not just fashion, but they used some of the threads for sewing and repairing things. For if you wrap it around your head, you were able to carry different supplies in and out to keep your pants up for sure. And so it was just really a tool to always have with you. And of course, I wanted to make sure we included a little bit of the Hudson Bay blankets, which we made into capotes, which were coats.
Yeah.
But
you have some at Chilliwack Métis House.
Yeah, you and I wore one.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
We did. They're not this time of year.
Yeah, not this time of year, no, but the colors are great, and we identify with the Hudson Bay and the fur trade. My sort of ancestry came from the Orkney Islands in Scotland, and so they were part of that. We had the Northwest Company as well, so then the two merged, and with First Nations women and fur traders, that's how the Métis ethnogenesis evolved, and we created our own language. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. And another little piece here is called tufting. So this is like caribou and moose hair, and then they trim it off, and then they sew it into adorn different gloves and boots, and but very soft, Isn't that amazing work?
That's pretty incredible.
Totally don't have the patience for that, but I love to look at it, and I won that piece in an auction actually. And then that I did do. That was at our first men's gathering at Spirit Ridge.
So we don't have smell-o-vision, but
No.
if we did, you would smell the most lovely smoke from
So we had to wring it out, of course, and then tie it up, and then you scrape all the fur off.
Yeah.
And it is a long process. We worked on that for like 2 days, and then you take the tanned hide and you light a big fire, and that's how you smoke. But isn't that intense? And that was probably in the spring, and it still carries that beautiful, beautiful smoke smell.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, so I asked you about this.
Yes, you
'cause
did.
I thought it was lovely.
Yeah.
And so let's get the 6:30 on a Friday morning version of this.
Okay, so it's called wolf willow. So when I was in Batoche, which the Métis have a big gathering every summer, I took a trip up to Fort Carlton, which is a big display fort, and in their gift shop they had these necklaces, and I thought, oh, this is pretty interesting. What do you call this? And so it's called wolf willow. And so the Métis use this, and if you can really kind of see it there, it's it looks like a rosary, and that's what
looks like some
they
kind of
used it
seed.
for. Yep, and it is a seed, wolf willow seed. But the First Nations women used to give it to their country husbands at the time, who would, of course, go away for very long periods of time before they would come back. And out of this, you can actually make a cure for syphilis. So,
How convenient.
so lots of uses for that. I like to bring that to show and tell, and people are quite amazed that well, it's always keeping them safe, right?
Always keeping them
so come
safe.
home, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not replacing the advice of doctors, but it is an interesting little fun fact.
Yeah, so that's just a couple of fun things, and of course the sashes are different. This is the arrow sash too, and there's all kinds of sashes for different areas, and different communities even make their own sashes now, and pretty cool. It's almost like tartan.
Okay.
Like Scottish tartan, and it connects to the family and the area.
Okay, I like that. It's like tartan. That's a good way, I think, of understanding. It was really great speaking with you, and thank you so much for bringing everything in. I'm a huge fan of Show and Tell from way back in kindergarten. After the break, Natalie Bedard with Total Wellness, sponsored by Rivercrest Contracting, and we will be right back.
We Sunday driving, and the sun's bright shining. We load up the doggies, gas up our rifle. We're gonna hit that 4-lane, and man, we are flying. We come alive when we Sunday driving.
Welcome back. We have a treat now. It is September. It is Literacy Month, and with us we have Annette Williams from Chilliwack Learning Society. Welcome back.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So you've been with us before, but for viewers who may not have met you on the show yet, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? What brought you to the Valley?
Yeah. So my name is Annette, Chilliwack Learning Society. I've been working for the organization for about 16 years. Wow. I started as an executive assistant originally and then became a literacy outreach coordinator 5 years ago. It's a very fulfilling role, well, both of them are, in an amazing organization. I entered the world of nonprofit from banking several years ago.
Okay.
And I am from the Fraser Valley mission, and I currently live in Lake Arrock, and
Nice.
I sort of travel throughout the valley for various things that I do.
All right, so for folks who have not experienced the awesomeness that is Chilliwack Learning Society, can you share a little bit about what the society does?
I can, but you know what? I want to tell a story about you first.
Oh.
I do. So we co-hosted an event at the YMCA.
We did.
We've done that 3 years in a row with multiple service providers, and you opened the event 1 year, which was amazing, so thank you. But I kind of shot you a curveball right before we started, and I said, Kelli, my expectation is that you sing the introduction to the event. And that was your response.
Yeah. Laughing is a coping mechanism.
Yeah. So that didn't happen.
There was no singing, but it was a fantastic event. And like you said, you've done it several years now.
Yeah.
And yeah, when does that event happen?
That's in February, typically the first week of February.
And it's usually families and the kiddos are there.
Yes.
It's such a good
Yes.
event, so keep an eye out for it.
And that's our event for Family Literacy Day, which occurs at the end of January. But we have this event at the YMCA because they're one of the partners. And January is a bit busy with people trying to make do on their New Year's promises, but they're done by February, so there's space. Yeah.
That's absolutely true. So, all right, let's circle back. What kinds of programs and services does the society offer?
Yeah. So
Other than asking their guests to sing.
To do embarrassing things, yes. We do services for a broad range of ages. So I'm just going to start kind of at the youngest age because that's easy. So we have a program where volunteers who are adults read with children.
So important.
Yes, generally ages 3 to 11. I will say we keep pushing the top age of that because we have somebody that's been in this program for the last 5 years since we started it. It was a pandemic mental health response initially. And he's on the spectrum, another word for autism. And he just loves it so much, having his own reader, the same woman for 5 years.
Wow.
And they finally actually met a few months ago.
That's
so that was amazing. It was always on Zoom before that. He felt so special with his headset and special time with his laptop during school. So, by the way, I like to tell stories.
That's good. That's good. Stories are how we remember. Yeah.
So with Bookworm Friends, the adults read to or with or listen to children read. We don't teach them, that's the school district's job. And we don't want to do methods that are not current according to the school district.
Yeah.
So we support them. And originally it was to connect older adults and children, just during the pandemic. And then we thought, we'll see how this goes. Rooted in mental health, like I said, an opportunity for the kids and the adults to see where those stories take them. Yeah.
Well, and that's not your other program, or your only program. I know you have a lot of other programs. Where can people go to learn about the other things that you do? The webpage?
Yes, our website is chilliwacklearning.com. We're also on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
Those are the best options. Can I go through the other age groups, or you want?
Yeah, I just don't want to miss the good. I want to get to this event that you told me about. But let's go through a few of the other programs.
Okay. Yeah. So we do offer a lot of services to adults.
Yeah.
Our biggest, most robust program is English as an additional language program. So ESL is kind of the acronym a lot of people know, and that's where volunteer tutors meet with learners who are immigrants, newcomers.
Yeah.
They can be perhaps in the Chilliwack or Canada for 10 years, but they've identified they need to improve their English language.
Yeah.
What we often see is they want to do it as a part of belonging, which is really important.
Belonging is critical. Now, do you get a lot of support from local businesses? Because I know a lot of businesses are looking for employees right now. So helping people in Chilliwack improve their English skills would be a really great business decision.
And that is good promotion because that is something we could need. We
Okay.
need, yes.
All right. Hint, hint, wink,
Yeah,
wink, nudge,
exactly,
nudge.
exactly. That program has 70 volunteers. So
Wow.
last year, those volunteers contributed over 3,000 volunteer hours.
That's fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Love that program. And I think that's how we actually met, is when I learned about that program. So moving on a little bit, though, because I do want to give time. You're having an event in October, right? A fundraiser. And it's a big one that people are going to want to hear about. So can you tell me about the big event in October?
Yes, well, you know, because we're literacy people, of course, we love literature. We love stories. We love books. So the title for this is A Novel Night to Remember.
Nice.
The idea is that our guests can choose to come dressed up as their favorite book characters. And this is right before Halloween, so this makes it a really fun party.
What's the date?
October 18th.
October 18th.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And so what do they do when they come potentially dressed up?
Potentially, because it's okay if they're not.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a dinner catered by Cookies Grill. This will be at the Evergreen Hall this year.
Excellent.
We're also going to have a free drink ticket.
One
the
free
rest,
drink.
The rest, it's up to you.
Okay.
We're going to have a dance this year, which is new for us.
Oh, wonderful.
So that will be DJ'd by a well-known Chilliwack DJ, which is Cameron from Mint Entertainment.
Fantastic.
So that will be great. And we'll have the usual silent auction, 50-50. And some members of the Chilliwack Guild will be there in costume, and they will help to judge a costume parade.
So, like, if you attend, you can be judged and potentially win.
Yes,
Okay.
that's right.
Fantastic.
All
So,
optional.
all optional. Or maybe you're just going as
You.
yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, how much are tickets?
$65 a person if it's a table of 6.
Okay.
If not, it's $70 a person. Prices go up a little bit on September 29th, but not a lot.
Okay, so try to get your tickets before the 29th.
Yeah.
Grab 5 friends and make it a night. I think dressing up would be fun.
Yeah.
And you get dinner
Yes.
and
Free drink
ticket and you
DJ
get
dance.
DJ dance plus silent auction 50-50.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So this, hopefully, how many, like, this is a big one. This is going to be a big event, and it's really important to support all of the programs, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We're really hoping. We're really a small nonprofit in the landscape, and we understand that. We've been around since 1990, so we're not a new nonprofit. And like last year, 1,000 people benefited from our direct service delivery.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so we are hoping that this will be a really great fundraiser year for us. And I think for me, most of all, great, yes, but fun for everybody.
Okay. So a novel night to remember. How do people get their tickets?
You can look on our website.
Okay.
We have that posted as well as it's pinned at the top of our social media.
Okay.
If in doubt, info@chilliwacklearning.com is always a good email address. And again, the website, chilliwacklearning.com.
All right. And I will ask the producer to put it right here somewhere so that all the viewers at home can be sure to see it. Thank you so much for coming and sharing.
Thank
It's
you.
always great to have you. And thanks for all the hard work. Pass along a huge thank you to the volunteers.
Wonderful, I will. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. We will be right back.
Hi, it's Natalie Bedard, fitness, nutrition, and mindset coach, and here we are midway through September, past midway. And many of you started a fitness routine. You got back on track for September with fitness and nutrition. And some of you might be experiencing your first cold or flu, like myself. So, it's that time of year. Cold and flu season, kids go back to school, and it's a bit of a petri dish and hard to avoid. So what do you do if you are sick? Do you exercise? Do you take a break? Well, the answer is that depends. My rule of thumb is if symptoms are above the neck, you get a little bit of a stuffy or runny nose, a little bit of congestion, maybe a tickle in the throat, nothing in your body, right? So no chest congestion, no GI distress, no fever, extreme fatigue, anything like that. I generally say it's okay to proceed with your workout, but always pay attention to your recovery. How's your energy? If you do your workout and you feel flat out, that's a sign that you need more rest. And if your symptoms are, like I mentioned, anything below the neck, I always err on the side of caution because rest really is part of your training. Recovery is where the magic happens. So most of us think we're in the gym, that's where we're getting the results, but the results come after. So we really want to respect our symptoms, treat rest like part of your training, like recovery. So for instance, this week, I didn't work out. That's okay. I'm not going to lose my results, nor will you. So the number one thing we want to do is respect our symptoms and rest if necessary. Another thing we want to do is double down on sleep. So resting isn't just sitting on the couch. We really want to get that deep restorative sleep. So set yourself a bedtime, go to bed, get as much sleep as possible. Another thing that we want to do is fuel ourselves. So you think, oh, I'm moving less, I'm going to restrict, I'm going to cut my calories. Now's not the time to do that. Never do that when you're sick. Your body needs the nutrients to recover more quickly, and then you can get back into the gym. So if you're like me, experiencing your first cold or flu this season, don't feel bad about resting. It's necessary. Take the time to rest, recover, nourish yourself, and you'll be back to the gym in no time.
Another wonderful total wellness from Natalie Bedard. Thank you, Natalie. And now, Louie, what are you getting up to this weekend?
This weekend, good question. I think we're going to be doing a rental pretty soon, so that's about it for us. Is going to be collecting rocks and moving plants and getting ready for a kitchen expansion.
All right, well, good luck with that. I think I'm going to be closing up the garden. Daybreak viewers have been listening to me talk about this garden. Okay, and we didn't get a chance to really dive into all the stuff happening at MNBC, but it's a great excuse to have you back another time.
That's not an issue. Yeah, I always love coming back here.
All right. Yeah. Well, let's get into our picks for this weekend in case we decide we want to do something a little bit different. So in Abbotsford, tomorrow, we've picked the Mount Lehman Fall Fair. This is happening from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., which features a car show, always the car shows, a chicken dinner, a craft fair, and then at 6 p.m. until late, social and dance. So it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it sure does.
Yeah. On Sunday in Abbotsford, there's the Taste of Abbey. It's a long table brunch at the Agora Apothecary. I said that right. I always stumble over that one. From 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. In fact, the 800-pound gorilla is the Taste of Abbey kicks off with the 4th annual night market tonight from 5 to 10 p.m. So Taste of Abbey continues all week, ending on September 28th. Too many things to list, so check out social media or tasteofabbey.ca website.
Well, that sounds great.
In Chilliwack?
Yeah. Chilliwack?
Yeah, it's the Stinking Rose Garlic Festival.
I've heard of that before. It's a weekend outdoors enjoying the transition to fall with the fabulous aromas that go with it. There'll be music, drink, activities for the kids, and oh, so much food. Tickets are very affordable and available on Facebook through the Stinking Rose 2025 event page. There's also a concert Saturday night and tickets too that get you to both days of the festival automatically. So it sounds like a really, really good time.
Great time, yeah. In Langley tonight, there's going to be the Langley Night Market at the Langley Event Center with over 50 vendors. There's food trucks and a beer garden, not beard, beer. Tomorrow, the 2025 FVR&G Rock and Gem Show starts at the Aldergrove Kinsman Community Center from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. and on Sunday, September 21st from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So this is a family-friendly event with sales of fine handmade jewelry and rock slabs of all kinds, demonstrations of rock polishing, a rock auction, okay, and children's activities. Admission is by donation, silent auction, and door prizes.
That sounds really cool. They had I was at a big one in Arizona when I was down there doing my degree, and my husband Bob, he's a rock freak too. So there's just something about it that, obviously it's a really cool thing.
So your plans may have just changed.
Yeah, and so in Mission, it's the Mission Mini Renaissance Festival from 10 to 4 p.m. at Fraser River Heritage Park on Mary Street. Art vendors, sword fighting, stockades, roving magicians, music, wolfhounds, whatever that means, sounds totally goth. And you're invited to dress up in theme.
Louis, I just wanted to thank you because that may have been the funnest one yet. But thank you for joining on Daybreak today as we got to learn a little bit more about Metis culture. It was educational, it was fun, it was show and tell, so who can say no to that? And I can't wait till we have you back.
Right on.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, and whatever you get up to this weekend, have a fabulous Fraser Valley weekend.